Hello guys, this is Dave Tech right here, and in this video I'm going to be sharing my story around how I landed a Web3 job that paid me $700 before I stopped working with them. And don't worry, I'm going to share why I stopped working with them. So in this video I'll be explaining exactly how I landed the job that gave me $700. Note, I have multiple experiences around Web3. In fact, I didn't start Web3 with Web3 jobs. I started Web3 with crypto airdrops, right? I'm going to create a separate video around that, right? So the major reason why I'm creating this is because it has high demand. I've had to explain this over and over to a lot of persons, and this video will just go a long way to save time, and I believe it will help multiple people on here on YouTube, right? So when did I start Web3? I started Web3 in March 2024, and like I said, my goal when I started Web3 was to do crypto airdrops. That was not like my goal. My goal was to make money, but I was using crypto airdrops as the means to that end, right? So I started with crypto airdrops. Notcoin was the first one that paid me, right? I made about $30 from Notcoin. I did a couple of other airdrops. In fact, I had to create a community where I dropped airdrop link. Is it airdrop or airdrops? Whatever. I dropped airdrop links in the group so that they can participate and earn, and I also get like referral commissions and all that, but none of it actually paid until I think I did Grass. Grass did not pay till, was it late last year? Yeah, I think I got like $5 from Grass. I got $30 from Notcoin. That was like my total earnings from airdrop. I did a couple of other airdrops, but my Telegram got banned. Like I said, this video is not about airdrops. So I decided to look into Web3 jobs, and I related with some of my friends that are into Web3 before me, and they showed me some updates. They told me about Zilli. I told you I'll get to that, right? So after Zilli, I started hunting for Web3 jobs, and the first one I came across was Ambassador jobs, right? And that was the one that paid me $700 before I stopped working with them. Like I said, stay tuned to the end of the video to know the reason why I stopped working with them, right? So I got an Ambassador jobs. Now, how do Ambassador jobs work? So the companies that need ambassadors, they will put out a Google Doc. So they will put out a Google Doc and ask people to register. They'll get a lot of applications, so it might be difficult for them to accept you, right? So that's where connections go a long way to help you in. Before I got in, I was a member of a community, right? My friends that were into it before, they are Web3 chads, like we call them. So I leveraged their influence. What he did was I reached out. My friends that is really into Web3 jobs, he dropped it in the group that we should apply to the job, drop the link, and then I applied, right? And then he just spoke to the community manager that these guys are good ambassadors and they will be able to assist the project very well. Like, he just put in word for us, about 5 of us, and I think about 3 of us were selected. Was it 3 or 2 self? So we were selected, and I got lucky to be selected. So what I started with, the Web3 job starter pack, is Discord, Telegram, not LinkedIn. The last one is X. X is the platform where most Web3 brands are located. X is where the real thing happens, right? Then Telegram is like their community, where they grow their community. Most YouTubers now have TG channels where they nurture their communities and all that, right? Communities are very important. Some other people use newsletter, right? So what Web3 people use is Discord and Telegram. That's where they like nurture their community, get to talk to them and all that. Twitter is just for announcements for them, and that's basically it, right? So he reached out to the community manager, and the community manager then accepted me. I was not seeing it as anything at the time. I was just seeing it as, oh, this one random thing that might not pay me, but I was just like, okay, let me just do it. So I got the job. 1 month in, I didn't do anything. I just made like 3 posts, did a simple design for them, posted it on Twitter. So that day I got on Zilli, I won $100, right, from our company. Supposedly, allegedly, I won $100, and I was supposed to get paid. So I was in church, it was a Bible study, and I was in church expecting my $100 when I got the message that none of us won and all that, and I was like, fine. Though I was heartbroken because I was already thinking of how to. I've told someone that as soon as this money comes, I'll send it to you so I keep it for me, and the money did not come. So I was just like, okay, that's calm. We go again. So I was just in church when I just saw Mexi sent me an alert that I deposited some amount. I didn't even know. Sorry, some amount of token. I'm going to cut that part. I'm not supposed to mention the brand name. So I saw that an amount was deposited in my Mexi. I clicked on the notification and I saw that there was $50 there. And as at the time, $50 was around 70k, right? So I took out money and I spoiled the person that taught me about it, because yeah, that was very important. So that got me happy because I was not really expecting anything at the time. I just made like 2-3 posts and I got 70k. I was like, wow, so this thing works. Next month I decided to go hard, right? I got, I think, like $75, then the next month $100, next one $200, next one $150. Then I landed a graphics design job with them, right? So that was how everything accumulated to. It was actually more than 700, but so that I will not exaggerate too much, I capped it at $700. That was over $1 million from just one company. Now note that was not the only company I worked for in Web3. I'll get to that later. This one is just focused on this particular company, right? So what exactly does ambassador jobs entail and how can you get them, right? Ambassador jobs are jobs just like it is ambassador. You basically represent the Web3 brand out there. You make posts for them on probably X, make posts on them for them on Medium. You talk about them in Telegram channel, talk about them in Discord channels and all that. Anything that basically pushes the brand forward is considered a contribution for the brand, right? So I was contributing both in designs, in video editing, in posts, in threads, in Medium write-ups and all that. I even created a YouTube channel specifically for this. This is it right here, and I was posting videos. Even with my one view, I'll post the video, I'll go to a Telegram channel, tell them please engage and all that. So I was doing all this and it was counting as my contribution. So there's something called a leaderboard. Every month there's a leaderboard on how you performed. Now if you do very, very well, you are going to rank higher. The higher you rank, the higher your pay. Now the first time I got $50, the first time I got paid $50, I think the second to the last were about 20 that they pay. So I think I was number 18 and I still got $50. So I was like, what if I enter number 10? How much am I going to get if I can get as much as $50 from here, right? So I tried to rank up till I entered that number one spot. When I was actually thinking number one was going to be $500, but when I got in, I saw that it was 200. I was like, oh okay, that's scam. You can't use this job price and all that. So I was kind of happy, and yeah, the idea around why I started Web3 was that I'm going to use Web3 jobs to make money and probably degen or do features on sports trading, because I've actually paid for signals and all that, right? So you can leverage that too. So back to ambassador jobs. Now how do you get to them? Now these companies are going to roll out Google Forms, right? Google Forms that will ask you different questions. There are strategic ways to answer them, right? So I answered mine in a different way. In my form filling, I actually thought they were discriminating. They might be and they might not. So I actually wrote another country on my Google form, right? So I wrote another country. I don't know if that was what contributed to it. I'm not saying you should lie. I would never vouch for you lying, but that was what I did then. Right, okay, so they are going to roll out Google Forms. I have a couple of channels where I see them. One of them is Cryptverse right here. Another one is this Telegram channel. So you can just join this channel, or probably follow this Twitter account. And then there is a community I'm part of. Like I said, my friends were like the ones very instrumental to my growth in earning this amount from this Web3 company. So join this channel. I'm going to drop the link down in the description box. Then join the channel, participate in the updates and all that. Note, this video is not sponsored. None of them sponsored this video. I'm just sharing it based on the fact that I know a lot of persons want to earn from Web3 and I have experiences around it, right? So what do you need when you are starting out? You need an X account, you need a Discord account. As I'm mentioning them, go and be downloading them. You need a Telegram account. You need these three. This is like the basic starter pack for everyone. Now what you want to do is grow that X account to a minimum of 100 followers. I grew mine to 100 followers without buying followers, right? You can either make it organic or go the other route. I'm not advising it. I'm just saying it works, right? So after you do that, don't just fill the forms because you want to fill the forms. Now I've told you where to get the Google links for seeing updates like this, right? So when you join the channel, don't just, there was something strategic I usually do that has helped me join some other ambassador programs, right? So what I do is that when I actually learned this from working with Web2 companies. So when I fill the form, I'm going to research about the project, find out the owner of the project or probably the community manager, and reach out to them. Now for that, you have to do Telegram Premium. I had to do Telegram Premium, right? So that I can reach out, because some of these guys, you can't reach out to them without Telegram Premium. They will say you are banned, you are restricted and all that, and I didn't want that restriction, so I had to do Telegram Premium so that I can reach out to them. So don't just do it strategically and be hoping for a magic to happen, right? If you know this brand have money and you want to work with them, go ahead, research about the project. It's better than filling 100 forms, right? Make sure the forms you are filling are very strategic. Now after doing that, another thing you will do for them to notice you, I have used this and it worked every single time. Another thing you do for them to notice you is enter their TG and say something like this. Just tell them something you observe about their TG. The strategy I usually use is that the project I was working with, most projects in Web3, most companies in Web3 are called projects rather than company. So most projects in Web3, they are going to, they do not have this. Now there's a bot called Kronos. If you're into Web3, you understand this. So there's a bot called Kronos, right? So most of them do not know that they are supposed to configure it in a way that once you type white paper or X account or Twitter, it is supposed to bring out the X account of the project. When you type white paper and send to the group, it's supposed to bring out the white paper link so that people can read it. Investors can quickly just have a glance, right? So some of these brands don't know that this is what they are supposed to engage. I will enter the group and I'll talk about it, right? And then I'll get noticed, and then I'll reach out to the project founder and we'll discuss, and then I get accepted. I've used it twice for 2 different projects and I got into the ambassador brands, right? So what you want to do is research founders, reach out to these guys. Don't just do it anyhow. This thing is saturated for you to just be doing it anyhow. The form you are filling, over 2,000 people. There was this particular company that accepted me, project that accepted me. They mentioned it that we are here. They accepted about 30 of us. They mentioned it that we are here. We are very lucky because they got around 2,000 applications as at the time. Now that could have gotten to like 5,000, 6,000 and many more, right? But we got lucky. We will call it luck because of what I engaged. No, cannot be luck. It's more of strategy than luck, right? So don't leave it to luck. Don't just fill the form and hope that some random magic will happen. It might never happen to you, right? So do the work, put in the work, lock in. After applying, reach out to the project founder. If you cannot reach out to the founder, reach out to community manager. If you cannot reach out to community manager, reach out to mod. These people are people that can help you talk to the higher ups, right? Connection is very important in landing jobs like this, right? Now, it is not going to be easy, it's not going to be rosy, it's not going to be like rice and beans like you expect. It's going to be a very difficult and probably challenging process. But believe me, you just need that one single job. Now, how will I come and meet you and tell you that I got paid $200, approximately 300,000 naira at the time, to just post on LinkedIn, to just talk about a brand on LinkedIn, 300,000 naira. Aside this, I also landed a graphics design job with the company. That was what I said. It's important to have connection with project founder. It's going to go a long way to help you, right? So after I got the job, I saw that the designs of this company was not looking okay. This project was not looking okay, and I know I could help with it. So I reached out. Here's my pitch right here. So I reached out to the community manager, and I told him that I could make the designs better. I showed him some of my other designs that I've done, and we got started from there. And they were literally paying me $20 per design. $20. Yeah, I'm quite transparent on that. So for me, it was a lot at the time because if I do 10 designs, that's $200, 300,000. Most Nigerian brands will not want to pay you that amount because they feel that's too much of an investment for their business, which is not actually the case. Because if you are getting value, you should definitely be able to pay for that value, right? So the thing about them is most of these companies pay well. They have good money that they can pay you, right? So if you land one job, is worth the work, right? So just put in the work, land the job, and I would like to hear your testimony very soon. If you know you gain value from this video, please, the only simple thing you can do for me is just to subscribe, like the video. Liking it is very important for me. Then leave a comment, share something, just say anything you want to say. Then if there is a video you want me to make next time, just let me know in the comment section and I'm going to work on it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Alright, so I almost forgot a very important part, and that was about how I lost the job, right? So it was not like I lost the job. The company needed to re-strategize. They were giving out over $10,000 per month for ambassadors, right? So they needed to re-strategize, and they had to like cut people. They had to like give the jobs. I told you I have just 163 followers here on my Twitter account. You can check it out right here. So I had just 163 followers, and the people they needed were people that had thousands of followers and all that, right? So they considered that, and they had to cut it down. They had to reduce us. I'm still working with other companies as ambassadors, sorry, other projects as an ambassador, right? So this process that I shared is exactly how I got the other ones. Probably in the future, when I make good money from the other ones, I will share. Thank you for watching.